Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight we have a detailed class. We kind of did this quickly one time before, but tonight I'm organized and I want to teach this much better for you. It's called the NAT or the NAT technique. So why would you be interested in this technique? What does it have to do with us? How can it help us? And why is this something that we should want to know and want to use? Well, first of all, let me tell you that this technique is made to wake up your brain. So if you need some help waking up your brain, that is what this technique was made for. It was made by Gary Young. And it jump starts our brain. And so we're going to be working with the back of our neck. Everybody here basically has their oils ready. If you all want to get some oils ready, if you're watching this later, there's a billion different oils you can choose from. But the main ones where the technique was set out initially they were 7. Frankincense is number 1. Valerian is number 2. Vetiver is number 3. Roman chamomile is number 4. Cedarwood is number 5. And sacred sandalwood is number 6. Let me see if I have a graphic of this that I can show to you. I think I do. When Gary Young made this technique, these were the oils that he had. If you want to just grab a screenshot, those are a lot of oils to remember. So these were the oils that it was initially made for. And as we know, the oils know what to do in our system. So if you get them on your body, they help you. So if you have parts of these oils, try it out. Maybe slowly, if you like how you feel when you do this to yourself, maybe slowly, month by month, you could work at getting some of these oils. But it's made to put on the back of your neck and those vertebrae right there around them, not on the vertebrae, but around them on your neck. Just so you know, we want to get them into our system and we get them close to the brain because they work with our brains. Okay, so everybody's got that. Let me pull that down. And let's talk a little bit about why. Why are we going to use that area of our body when we apply these oils? Well, let me show you what we have going on in that area. Let's look at the muscles. These, first of all, let me give credit to, this is from the Young Living Convention. You'll see YL30 on these graphics. So I took pictures of some of these graphics because I know a picture is worth 1,000 words to explain it to you. So if you're looking at the back of your neck, we have layers and layers of muscles there. So we want to penetrate, and that's why we're using a lot of oils. We want to penetrate into this area to get into our brain. So that kind of gives you an idea of why we're using that part of our body to apply these oils. Here's some more graphics about why we are doing it in this area. What do we have going on in this area of our body? But if you look, there's another picture of how all those layers interlap, that there's a ton of different layers of muscles that we want to penetrate and we want it to get absorbed and wake up our brains. That's our goal of this technique that we're going to be talking about. Was it last week or the week before? We did the face massage. So you see all the muscles in the face, and that is why that's beneficial for us. So there was another part of this that was talking about the lymph system. But before we continue, maybe I'll just talk to you for a minute about what is the lymph system. I found that very interesting. So all of this is, we want our body to be at its best. We want to keep it at its best. So interestingly, our cardiovascular system has a pump to move everything through, but our lymph system doesn't have a pump. So it's not easily moving things through our system. So how does our lymph move around our bodies? Lymph is like the toxins our body's trying to get rid of. So how does the body get rid of it? Well, it relies on us moving. Muscle movement is how that happens for the lymphatic system to drain properly. And it only goes in one direction, which is interesting. Like our cardiovascular system goes in different directions. Well, it doesn't. It removes damaged cells from our bodies and keeps us healthy. So it's it's good to think about our lymph systems. What we did last week benefits our lymph systems, and what we're going to do tonight will not be detrimental for it either. But I thought it was pretty interesting too. You know, when we're working on different parts of the body, maybe we don't understand always why we're applying oils to different areas, but we have a huge central lymph gland right above our belly buttons. And when we breathe, you know how we're always told to do deep breathing? Well, deep breathing activates that lymph system gland, which I thought was pretty interesting. It has a name, something like cisterna chyli or something like that, the technical name, but it's right under our diaphragm. So what that means is when we do heavy breathing, we get things going. We get our bodies working. So it's very important to think about making our body be at its best, keeping it at its best. So think about deep breathing. Deep breathing is another thing. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about, jump starting our brain. We have 1,000 nerves at the base of our brain. And this is called the switch system, like the train switch system for our central nervous system. So what's interesting?
All right, so I'll meet you at Jason's house in the morning.
Okay, hold on one second here.
All right.
Okay, so what's interesting is that we want these nerves to connect properly. So we want to support our brains as good as we could. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, to make sure that our brains are connecting as good as we possibly can keep them, as healthy as we can possibly keep them. So those oils that I showed you earlier are really the oils made for the best support of our brains and our nervous system. You can use any, like I told you, I'll just run and jump and grab the oils that you have. But if you have those 6 oils that I put up in the picture, which are frankincense, these are the order that you would put them on also. Frankincense, valerian, vetiver, Roman chamomile, cedarwood, sandalwood. That would be the perfect way to do this technique. But a lot of us don't have all those oils. That's why I told everybody, just grab what you have it there, and we're going to start. So if you have white angelica, this is always good before you do a technique for yourself. White angelica, and maybe just get it in your system, get it out. I like to put it here. I like to put it on my shoulders. But more importantly, you want to get the deep breathing going. We talked about getting that gland going, so why not 3 deep breaths? Yeah, that white angelica. This is great before any technique. We use this for our happy day protocol technique on the shoulders, and that's when my shoulders just go right down. Okay. So we are going to get somebody over here that I can work on so you guys can see, not really work on, it's just my hubby, but he gives me permission to touch him. So I thought it'd be easier than just doing my neck, that I can show you what I'm doing to him. So let's get him over here and we're going to start. And how are we going to be doing this? Well, there's going to be, if you have, I got these from Amazon. I don't know if you all remember, but these are just little pokers. And that is why I said if you have deep relief, you can use the roller ball. You're not going to get exactly the same results. Or if you have tranquil, you're not going to get exactly the same results as using these tiny little, they're like a pinpoint, like a pen point maybe. It's not sharp at all. But this is what we're going to be doing. And let's see, we're going to do some circles. We're going to put the tip down right at the base of our brain here. And we're going to do some strokes and we're going to do some circles. So if you have anything like that you want to get, that's fine to go ahead and get that before we get started. We also want to make sure we don't do this on our vertebrae. Don't hit your vertebrae when you're working on this. I'm going to go ahead and make Claudia, we're having some people pop on here, my helper here, make you a co-host so you can let some people in for me. Thank you. All right. So if you have something like this that you can use, go ahead and get that so you're ready, or just the roller ball would work also. Whatever we have, the point is we want to make sure that we use what we have. Okay, I think I have a few more graphics I want to show you before we get started here. Yes, this is kind of an interesting graphic. I took these all at the Young Living Convention. We just learned so much while we were there. But we have all these cranial nerves that connect all over our bodies. So this is an area, the back of the neck where we're working, this is an area where the body connects. So we're talking about supporting our nervous system, supporting our brains. This is why we're going to use this area to do so. And there's also another graphic I wanted to show you, kind of give you an idea of how we're going to be going about this. Let's start with the basics. Let's just make it simple. So if we make it simple here, this is the, let me show you this graphic. Get in here so I can show it to you. This is kind of what we're going to be doing. Let me find the graphic I want to show you. I had it a second ago. There's going to be two graphics I want to show you. If you have a screenshot, because this is kind of hard to remember later when you're trying to repeat this yourself. But if you have frankincense, of course, this is also a really wonderful one to use on your brain. And you see how it's tiny little circles going across is what we're going to be doing. Just the bottom of our skull there. These are all tiny little circles and not too much pressure. So we're going to do everything 3 times. You're going to get the oil on you, and then you're going to be doing it 3 times. But here's another graphic just to kind of give you the idea of how this is all going to work. Let me get in here so I can show you that graphic. I think it's this one. This is going to look a little more complicated. So make sure that you, make sure that you take a screenshot of this if you want to remember how to do it, or make a little note of this. I think it's, make sure I got the right graphic. Yes, for you guys. Okay. So we're going to first, you want to do one side at a time. So we're going to be doing the strokes over here, number 1. And then we're going to be doing the circles over here. And then we're going to be doing the strokes up on the side we started on, up, and then the little circles up and up. Okay, so we're going to start with frankincense. Let me get my model here. You guys have not seen me with a model before. Here we go. All right, model, come sit down. Say hi to everyone. Don't trip on the cords. You're going to have to sit backwards. Sorry. He's such a cute model. All right. Have a seat. Show him your neck. Have a seat. Sit down backwards. Sorry. You're going to be backwards because I need your neck. Have a seat. Sit down. All right. We got a slow motion guy here. Okay. All right. You all can see his neck. So we're going to start with the frankincense because I'm going to try to do this technique the right way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some frankincense in this area on him. Give me your hand. I want you to sniff this, your 3 deep sniffs. While I'm doing the process, we want you to be, oh, it smells so amazing. I guess I haven't had my frankincense open in a while. So you can do what I'm doing and you can do it, go ahead and do what I'm doing. With whatever you have. If you have a different oil, and then we'll explain a little bit more about different oils that you can use. So we're just going to do some strokes right across here. Is that too hard? Nope. Okay. So we're going to do 3 strokes there, 3 strokes here. And then we're going to be going up some little circles here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, anybody doing that? Anybody want to give me their input on how they feel? I'm just going to continue with my oils because I've got all these oils to go through. But tell me if you notice that frankincense just smells amazing. I'm going to go on with valerian, which I don't really like the scent of very much. But tell me as you do this how you feel. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty stinky one. If you guys don't have valerian, here, gotta sniff it. 3 deep sniffs, model. You got to sniff it. There you go. 3 deep sniffs. You're going to smell that one. That one's a pretty strong one. Same thing. We're going to start right at the base here of the skull. Little, 2, 3, little tiny strokes, not too hard, just a little bit of pressure. 2, 3. And then we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was only 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then after that, what we want to do is we want to go on to vetiver. Any of you all have, you should have vetiver. Some of you might have this one, vetiver. Who's got this? This is great for the night at night for the diffuser also. This is a really hard one to get out of the bottle. Not really supposed to touch the top, but this one is so thick, it takes forever. Here, give me your hand. All right. Get it on him here. Okay. Anybody have vetiver? Anybody want to tell me anything about any of these oils they know so far? Feel free while I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3. His neck's turning red. I don't know if you guys can see your necks. Can you? Any input? I like vetiver. Yeah. Next one is, go ahead.
My neck, it feels very warm. It's like you can feel the circulation.
Perfect.
Or you should feel a lot of circulation right now. I've only used vetiver for fragrance.
Right?
I kind of forget what it's for.
Calm you right down.
Okay.
Vetiver, I used it as my Prozac.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So I put it in the center of my forehead and in the hollow of my throat. It helps me sleep. It helps me relax. But during the day, it's my personal sedative.
Wow. Okay.
So that powerful. Anybody have Roman chamomile? This is for seasonal use. Tell us about Roman chamomile, Claudia. Go ahead.
If you know what chamomile is, Roman chamomile is relaxing. Roman chamomile is different than German chamomile in the sense that you can use it for children, for babies. It's in Gentle Baby. It's beautiful in the diffuser. It also, the chamomile comes with the white label. So if you drink chamomile tea, if you add any of the chamomile oils to your personal tea before bed, if you have nervous energy, if you have tension, if you need help relaxing or with bedtime, chamomile is soothing for the nervous system. So your man is going to sleep tight tonight. He's going to be asleep even before the class is over.
He is always sleeps tight most nights. I'm at the last one here, everyone. Sacred sandalwood.
My favorite.
This is awesome oil. I don't use it very much, but it's part of this protocol. So we want to do it right. So I'm going to be using it on this guy here.
The sacred frankincense is the closest thing we have to the Bible frankincense.
Oh, this is sandalwood though. This one's the sandalwood.
You said sacred frankincense and you showed it.
Oh, sorry. It's sacred sandalwood. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I love sacred sandalwood. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I have a question, Chris. I have the Royal Hawaiian sandalwood.
That's fine.
Could we use?
Yeah. It's in one of my graphics I'm going to show you in a minute about different choices, what you can do. Did you sniff all those really deep? That's our 7 oils. How do you feel?
He looks happy.
You going to turn around and say anything? What do you want me to tell him? You feel the chamomile. He loved the chamomile. Okay, now you can take off because you're on my seat. Thank you for being my model.
You were a great model, Javen.
Javen, you did a great job. And he's going to have all those benefits.
He's chilling out right now, huh?
That's it. He's gone. Okay. It's a man of little words anyway. Very few words. Okay, guys. Any other, what'd you use? Tell me what you used and tell me how you feel. Let me get rid of this. Sorry, it's still up there.
I used Brain Power because it had the oils that you were, and I pushed them in with Deep Relief and Tranquil.
How do you feel?
I feel really good.
Nice.
Brain Power. Wow. I'm glad you told me that because I think I have it on a case.
Brain
So
power. Okay, go ahead.
brain power, it's expensive, but so you're saying it has all of those in there.
It has a lot of them in there. It has Melissa in there. It has frankincense in there. It's really, really good for the brain. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So that is not one of the combos they gave us, but as we know, you can use any combo you want, and they have beautiful results. So let me just go ahead and give you some of the options that Young Living gave us at the convention that you could do to get some of these oils going. This is a kit that you could get. It's called the Reconnect kit. So this has a lot of those oils in there that you can use for this technique. Actually, I didn't do the circles and the strokes on my neck, but my neck feels really great. So that would be, this is one option, the Reconnect kit. Here's some other options that they gave us for oils that we could use for this technique. So another combo would be a lot of the roll-ons. So if you have some of the roll-ons, just go ahead and make a note or take a screenshot of what they have out here that you could use. Stress Away, which has cedarwood in it. Tranquil, I have all these here. I can show you. I have my Stress Away. I have my Tranquil right here. Rutabaga I have somewhere, not exactly here. And Valor. So you see the Valor has the frankincense, the Rutabaga has the valerian, the Tranquil has cedarwood and Roman chamomile, and Stress Away has the cedarwood in it. What do you got there, Lisa?
Well, okay, this is again the root of Bella
Mhm.
is again along with the tranquil. This is for sleep because I have one other one, but it's for waking up.
Okay, pretty
So
good.
which one could that be that's to wake you up?
So we're just talking about keeping the connection going well between our brain and our nervous system. So,
The tranquil and root of Bella.
yeah, I think they're pretty stinky ones, but they work. That is the point. So we want things to work on our bodies, and they work. Here's another option that they gave us. The Kid Power. A lot of you got this for free. I mean, I have it here. You can use it the same way. You don't necessarily have to have a roller. I got this from Amazon. These little pokers. I forgot again what the name was. The other time I remember I showed them to you, I forgot what the name was. But a lot of us got this Kid Power for free. It has frankincense in it. The Sleepy Eyes, definitely, I would only do this at night because this puts me right to sleep. Roman Chamomile, Sacred Frank, and Valerian. And then there's the Genius. You could also put a roller on these. Sacred Frank, Cedarwood. Look at what's in here. Melissa, Vetiver, and Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. So out of all that kit of oils, this probably has most in it. How about the brain power, Claudia? What was in there? When you want to say it again?
it was the frankincense. Melissa was in it. Hold on one second because I brought it up to get all the stuff in it, but it was just stuff for the brain just to keep it functioning.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that is the goal of this little technique is we want to keep our brains connected and working as well as possible. This is why I brought this up for you all. This is just, we want to get the oils in our system. And if this is a technique that can help us do that, here is, if you have deep relief, I don't know if any of you did this with the deep relief, but you don't have a poker, that's fine. Do it with your finger. Stroke. First you stroke at the bottom of your skull and then the little rollers in. And then you want to always end, sorry, I didn't bring this out, right smack dab in the middle at the top of the spine, that little meaty area, that's where you want to end when you're going from the two different sides. You want to end right there. So deep relief not necessarily has those oils, but it'll be great to get the brain up and running and keep it running with some good for your muscles and your joints. Okay, here is another option that they had for us. They had all these options out there, just different ideas, oils you might have, oils you might want to plan to get. But like you were saying, Lisa, they have a morning routine and they have an evening routine. So the morning routine would be Valor, deep relief and stress away. This would be the morning routine, or the kid power and the genius. So this would be morning oils. This is like wake up, let's go brain. That would be, if you want anybody want to get a screenshot of that or make some notes, those are really great ones. And they're roll-ons, so you don't have to worry about having your little poker here. And you're not going to get with the balls, you're not going to get too deep, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, moving on. What did we have for the evening? What, I think Lisa already brought that out, but for the evening, bedtime, this is the option that they gave us here for our bedtime oils that we want to use, get them into our system, get them into our brain, are these. Like you were just saying, Lisa, it's Valor again, Tranquil, Rutavala. Or you can do your Kid Power again with your Sleepy Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have these around, just make sure you use these oils. And this is just another way to get them straight to the brain, get them up there, get them working, get your brain keep your brain as healthy as it possibly can be. And as was brought out, Melissa is another oil. I don't know. I won it for free. It's the only way I got my Melissa. But that's an oil that's an absolutely beautiful oil. So we had done this a little bit before. Had any of you tried this technique on your own? Hopefully after doing this again, I can convince you this is something good to do in the morning and or in the evening, depending how your day is going, depending how your nervous system is going, and depending how awake your brain is. Hopefully, after this class, you guys will be able to use these oils and benefit yourselves. Okay, any questions, comments? Go ahead and throw it at us. Let's hear it. Let's see.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Claudia had mentioned a while ago when we were doing the kids back to school thing that there's a kit that has the Kid Power and the Genius and all of those in there. And price wise, it was better to get the kit than get them separately. And it wasn't, I think it was around the $100 range. I can't remember, but it did have a lot of those in there already.
No, it's true. And that's a kit. Those roller balls for the kids are also another kit that you can just order all together if you want. So you can get.
And I just wanted to mention, I used my little jade.
Good.
Oh, good. Mine broke. Oh, I
How
love
did
that.
you break? But on the one end, it has these little spiky comb kind of things on it. When the oil, I just literally rubbed the oil on the end, and very little of it because you got to be careful because this could grab a lot of oil. And it works just kind of like a little. Not, I mean, what you have is better, but it kind of did the same. It did the
does
same.
the same thing. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
And
what is the name of those, Chris?
Say it
If we
again.
were to go to Amazon, what would be the name of those?
Let me look that up. Let me look. I did this before because I forgot the name.
Because I'll put in dental tool. Something else will come up.
It almost looks like a dental tool. Oh, and I'm like, oh, how did I forget that name? Let me see.
Targeted massage, maybe pinpoint targeted massage.
I don't think, let me look. I have to go back to my orders here. I don't think it was. Do you remember, Claudia?
No, I don't use that. I love the Washington that you have, Lisa. So, I mean, you could really do lots of things. There's points on that one too. It has the little point because it has the curve and you could push it in. It's acupuncture tools, what you have.
This is wonderful.
Yes.
And I keep it in my fridge. I keep it in my freezer or fridge. I mean, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't.
Keep it where you're going to use it. So mine was by my tub, but the dog knocked it down, so it broke. But I have jade stones by the tub and you rinse them. And when you're bathing, you can put them in the shower.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. I've got a name for you guys. It's 2-piece. It's $7.99. It's not expensive. 2-piece facial reflexology massage tool retractable acupuncture pen. It
Retract.
is. Thank you, Claudia. Without acupuncture, I would have never got it. But it's a facial reflexology massage retractable acupuncture pen. These are stainless steel. So we've got one that's a little smaller, and then actually this is the bigger one, and one that's a little bigger. But it just really works that in there, and you can get right on the edge of your skull. That's what we want to, because there's so many nerves going on. We've got 1,000 nerves back there. We want to get those nerves activated and doing what they're supposed to do. Perfect. Any other comments, questions? Anybody wants to let us in on? Feel free.
Just that this is so important right now.
Yeah.
Controlling our well-being as we navigate through some terrible news on whatever it is, or just a storm or a thing. It all helps so much.
Yep. What do you got for us, Jackie? Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know what's good for alopecia.
Cedarwood, frankincense, supplements like sulfurzyme, D3, and the new supplement, the magnesium, is excellent for hair as well.
Okay.
Hair
And
support. We don't do
rosemary.
diseases, but hair support. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And rosemary. Yeah.
Yep. Pam?
Okay, one more time. Can I hear the first two? That was
Cedarwood.
I got cedarwood.
Sulfurzyme is a supplement because sulfurzyme brought my hair back after COVID.
Right.
So I use
That's
sulfur.
something that runs. It's something that runs in my family. Both of my sisters suffer with it, and I started noticing that my hair is thin at the top. So
Sulfurzyme is great for your hair. Super great.
sulfurzyme.
Yeah. It's a powder you put in water. Yeah. Pam, what do you got for us?
Well, I was just going to make a comment on the deep relief. I put it down my sinus thing back here on both sides, and I had sinus problems, and it breaks it all up. And when you move your head, you can feel it popping and releasing. I love it. It's a good product.
Great. What do you got, Lisa?
That's just the sulfurzyme, what it looks like. And it is.
I use the powder.
This is the powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the powder. My husband takes the pills daily.
I didn't know there was the pill. I thought I just did the
But
powder.
I like powder. The powder to me is the best.
And the powder is more for your buck. Like you get more powder than you get the tablets when you work out the price. It's cheaper to get the powder because I figured it out one time. Like, what did I want? Yes. Is everybody's neck feeling good? Does everybody's brain feel connected? How are you guys doing out there? That's the goal. Good. I see some thumbs up. Great.
You know something? When Jacqueline asked her question, my brain like exploded with so much information, but probably because of the oils I used. Because I also wanted to tell you, put it on your scalp. Rosemary, cedarwood, clarisage. Clarisage. Clarisage is hormonal. You could stick them on your scalp and give yourself head rubs. And you could add a little castor oil to it because I do that for my hair. Yesterday, I knew the storm was coming because my hair looked fabulous, but I used those oils on my hair. I really did. My hair was like, I'm like, something's happening. It hasn't held a curl in forever, and it was super bouncy.
And you know what? How brilliant was she? She remembered all those names, but she's like rattling them off. I'm thinking, look at her brain. I felt
it. It's like she asked a question. And this isn't even a hair class. And my brain was like, and I was like, oh, it's the brain oils.
That's it.
I have one more question. Is there a difference in the castor oil? I've seen black castor oil. I just see castor oil. Is there any difference in them?
When I get a castor oil, I make sure that it's edible, but the Jamaican castor oil is one of my favorites, the black Jamaican castor oil. Yeah. But I have cheapy castor oil and it's changed. It helped me with hair loss. It helped me with texture. Because sometimes, when we're our age, sometimes hormones, so make a list of those. You don't have to get everything at once, but you could see what your body reacts to best.
I would start with the sulfurzyme, Jackie. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone has beautiful
Yeah.
results with their hair with sulfurzyme. And it also helps your joints. Notice your joints if you have anything going on with your joints when you start taking the sulfurzyme, because I use a bunch of different things for my joints. They're always like letting me know they're there. And I stopped with the sulfurzyme and I noticed like, hey, what's going on? There was a huge difference. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, and also it's great for your skin because I've got interesting things with my skin, and I've even been to the dermatologist and they're like, "Oh, we don't know what's going on." So I just kind of ignore it most of the time. Most of the time it doesn't bother me, but I noticed when I did my little scanner, I'm like, "Oh, it came up with sulfurzyme." And I'm like, that is why. I'm sure it was for my skin. And this is what happens with me. I like put the powder in and had my sulfurzyme 2 days in a row. I'm like, oh, everything's great. And then I don't do it anymore. But it's there for when I know I need it. Yeah.
I do
I know.
sulfur every day. So I do it with my Ningxia Red. I fix a big glass and I fill it with water and I put 2 ounces of Ningxia and I put the scoop of sulfurzyme. It's just a regiment because it does so much good. So I get part of my morning drink.
And I used to do that, but I kind of got away from it because I started with my BLM and then my Agiles. And I'm like, okay, let me stop with this because I have lots of hair. And I'm like, I don't need the sulfurzyme. My hair is good. But,
Yeah,
and hair
told
was,
me you told me it helped you with your joints. That's how come you got me turned on to it too.
yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
But
I noticed when I
realized it.
don't take it, I notice that I start tightening up when I don't take those certain things. But on the black Jamaican castor oil, we don't have that in our line, but you can Google that. There is a difference. I think it's a seed. A castor oil comes from like a little seed, I think. But if you wanted to research it, there is a little bit of a difference. The black Jamaican castor oil for hair, because I remember looking at that.
Yeah, I did some research on it too, and black Jamaican is the better one if we're comparing castor oils. Yeah. Anybody else have any comments, questions for us? Next week, I think we're into a new month. Are we into a new month next Friday? So I think we're going to talk about freebies. How many of you all get the freebies? Anybody get the free vanilla this month? Pam?
Oh,
Lisa? Lisa? Good.
Getting it? Yeah. And I always want to try to go. I like to get all of them. But sometimes it's like whether you can do 100, 200, or 300. You have to weigh that out.
You know what it is? You have to make a list of what you swap out because when I started with Young Living, I also, my budget super, super tight. But I noticed if I went to Walmart, I blew a lot of money on a trip. So I started looking like the vitamins were cheaper at Walmart, but they also didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I used to take my daily vitamin from Walmart, my gummies from Walmart, my gummies to, and now when I switch to Young Living, you'll feel an effect within that same month and it shows up on your blood work. So I now, when I go to Walmart, I get my paper towels, my napkins, feminine products, and that's it. My vitamins, my beauty creams, and I made a list, my deodorant, it comes from Young Living. So then I could save up my points and I write down whenever you cash in points. Because when you go to Publix, when you go to Target, when you go to GNC and you spend 100 or you spend 200, because I've blown 150 at Walmart and it was $3.99, $4.99, $5.99. And you think, oh my goodness, I did so good. But on your loyalty, you get points. And if you cash them in every other month, like I cash in my points when I hit 300 and I have a list. So sometimes it's beauty cream, or sometimes I look at the season. Sometimes it's going to be cinnamon products or vitamin products or respiratory products. And when you use your account and you maneuver it your way, you will end up saving more money using loyalty than spreading out your gas, your shopping, especially if you get products that don't affect you in a positive way, or if you get vitamins that don't affect you. If you take a vitamin, it doesn't do anything for you. Most vitamins go through your mouth and end in the septic tank. Do you guys know that your plumbers see vitamins? But your vitamins, like when you held up your powder and you hold up your liquids and you hold up your mineral, that stuff is absorbed in your system so fast that by the end of the week or by the end of the month, you'll have a different story to tell.
And
It's targeted, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Did anyone get the pumpkin spice this month?
You know how I did it? I cashed in points and then I added it to the cart. But you can get it for free, right?
I'm not sure. I didn't get it. That's why I realized I didn't get it. So anybody else get it is what I'm wondering. Tell us about the pumpkin spice.
If you love pumpkin stuff, I love the Kate and Jacob line because I have too many diffusers in my house, and using that, especially when I have company, anything that makes a pumpkin spice has got cassia or cinnamon in it. And so if it has cassia or cinnamon in it, guess what it does for you? It helps you not to share crud. Because in my area, there was a breakout of you know what. We're still online, so I can't. And everybody around us went down with that viral, because we had conventions, we had big gatherings, and people were like, I have it. But my house is always full of people. So when I have it in my diffuser, the pumpkin, anything that makes pumpkin, if you want to make pumpkin yourself at home, you grab your cassia, you grab your orange, you grab your nutmeg, you can add vanilla, make your own little pumpkin latte. But you're taking care of the air quality that if there is something in the air viral, it destroys it. It destroys it. So sometimes people have been in my house and they'll call me up the next day and say, guess what? I have it. And my husband and I caught nothing because my diffusers are running. So I just got the pumpkin spice just in case I'm too lazy to mix it all. I just do pumpkin and it smells really delicious.
I've heard it's really, really beautiful. And it's just the one oil. It's not the 3 like usual, right, Claudia?
We have, it's the one oil. It's they didn't put it in they didn't release a new bundle of fall.
Right. That's
so,
what no, I definitely want to try to get it next month because my order goes in really quick and I didn't even see it. So
it wasn't on loyalty. That's how come I said if you have points to cash in.
Oh.
So like, let's just say you cashed in 200 points. You can add the pumpkin spice to it and you can either get it free with your points or you can just pay. I only paid for the pumpkin spice and I got my $300 bundle free of other things I needed, but I didn't mind paying the $35 when I saw my big bundle. It made me feel better because I couldn't put it on loyalty.
Nice. All right. I'm going to turn the recording off. Thanks for joining us.
After I got in big trouble.
Bye-bye.